Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a shadowy world of spies, secret plots, and political intrigue that unfolded right under the Florida sun. We're talking about the Cold War and how Miami, Cuba, and the CIA became the central characters in a real-life espionage thriller that shaped modern history. You see, after Fidel Castro's revolution in 1959, Cuba, just 90 miles from Key West, became a communist stronghold in America's backyard. This sent shockwaves through Washington. The Eisenhower administration, and later Kennedy's, saw this as an unacceptable threat. The CIA was tasked with a monumental mission: undermine Castro's regime. And where did they set up their headquarters for this clandestine war? None other than Miami. Overnight, the Sunny City transformed. It became the largest CIA station in the world outside of its Langley, Virginia headquarters. Codenamed JM Wave, this station operated under the guise of a front company called Zenith Technical Enterprises, Inc., located on the University of Miami's South Campus. From this unassuming base, the CIA directed a massive network of operatives, saboteurs, and propagandists. The primary recruits for this secret war were the thousands of Cuban exiles who had fled Castro's rule and settled in Miami, fueled by a burning desire to reclaim their homeland. They were the perfect partners for the CIA. These men and women were trained in everything from guerrilla warfare and demolition to intelligence gathering and psychological operations. They formed groups like Alpha 66 and Omega 7, launching daring raids against Cuban infrastructure, coastal defenses, and shipping from secret bases scattered across the Florida Keys and even the Everglades. Of course, the most infamous operation born out of this period was the Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961. The plan was for a CIA-trained brigade of Cuban exiles, Brigade 2506, to land on Cuba's southern coast, spark a popular uprising, and overthrow Castro. It was a catastrophic failure. The invasion was crushed within 3 days, dealing a massive blow to American prestige and leaving a deep sense of betrayal among the Cuban exile community. But the failure of the Bay of Pigs didn't end the secret war, it intensified it. President Kennedy, feeling the pressure, authorized Operation Mongoose. This was an even more aggressive and wide-ranging campaign of sabotage and psychological warfare aimed at destabilizing Cuba from within. The CIA's Miami station went into overdrive. They brainstormed countless schemes, some sounding like they were straight out of a spy movie. There were plans to contaminate Cuban sugar exports, to broadcast anti-Castro propaganda, and even some truly bizarre plots, like using a chemical to make Castro's beard fall out to damage his public image. While many of these schemes never saw the light of day, the constant covert attacks did keep the Castro regime on high alert. This brings us to one of the most terrifying moments of the Cold War, the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962, when American spy planes discovered Soviet nuclear missile sites under construction in Cuba. The world held its breath for 13 days, teetering on the brink of nuclear war. What's often overlooked is that the constant CIA pressure from Miami was a key factor in Soviet Premier Khrushchev's decision to place the missiles there in the first place. He wanted to deter another U.S. invasion and protect his Cuban ally. Throughout the 60s and 70s, Miami remained the epicenter of this conflict. The city's Little Havana neighborhood wasn't just a cultural hub. It was a hotbed of intrigue, a listening post, and a recruitment ground. Spies from both sides, the CIA, the Cuban DGI, and even the Soviet KGB walked the same streets, running agents, spreading disinformation, and plotting against one another. It was a world of safe houses, dead drops, and whispered conversations in cafes on Calle Ocho. The city's very fabric was woven with the threads of espionage. This era also had a dark side that extended beyond international politics. The skills and networks developed for the war against Castro didn't just disappear. Some of the individuals trained in covert operations later became entangled in other controversial events in American history. The lines between patriotic duty, clandestine warfare, and illicit activities sometimes became blurry in the morally ambiguous world of espionage. As the Cold War began to thaw, the intensity of the operations out of Miami waned, but the legacy of JM, WAVE, and the secret war against Cuba endured. It left an indelible mark on Miami, transforming it into the vibrant, multicultural, and politically charged city it is today. The story of the Cuban exiles and their partnership with the CIA is a complex tale of patriotism, betrayal, and unintended consequences. It serves as a powerful reminder that history is often made not just on grand battlefields, but in the shadows, in secret meetings, and in cities that become unwitting fronts in a global struggle for power. The sun-drenched streets of Miami hold more secrets than most of us could ever imagine, a testament to a time when the Cold War was very, very hot. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the hidden history of Miami. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next exploration into the untold stories of the past. See you in the next video.